of our commemoration of Jesus' passion. You see, Jesus is gathered with his disciples, right? Knowing that it's about ready to be over with. He doesn't know exactly how he's going to die, but he knows it's not going to end well. He's already made everybody mad that he could have made mad, right? And it's like everybody in the world's after him. The Jews are after him, the Romans are after him, everybody's after him. And he gathers because he's supposed to, with his disciples, to celebrate Passover. You see, they're celebrating the commemoration of the Jews being delivered out of Egypt. And they have to take it, if you remember the story, they have to leave so quickly. They can't let the bread rise. That's why they have unleavened bread. They have bitter herbs to remind them of the bitterness of slavery, right? And they drink wine. And if you've ever been to a Seder dinner and stuff, it's full of ritual. But it's at this meal with his disciples that Jesus does something amazing. He takes and gives them a tangible way to remember him when he's gone. He says, this bread is my body, and I'm giving it to you. This cup is my wine, the blood that I'm going to pour out for you. I'm giving it to you. I believe Jesus knew exactly what he was doing. That there needed to be a way to remember him when he was gone. I've told you this story before. That, just a couple of days before this, the apostles have been complaining about each other. They've been arguing who's the greatest, all that stuff. I've told you, Secretary of State, whatever, right? But what's interesting about all that is that when they go into the upper room, they should have already had their feet washed. You see, Jewish ritual said that when you went into someplace, the first thing you did was wash the feet. Why? Well, the roads were dirty, and they were muddy. And it was extremely hospitable and refreshing to have your feet washed. In other words, when you sit down to do that, the master of the house was saying, it's time to rest. Let's wash the ugliness of the day off your feet. You see, and I told you before that it was one of the disciples' jobs to do that. Now I can imagine as soon as Jesus got up from the table, wrapped a towel around him, they were going, well, wait a minute, I'm Secretary of State. It's got to be Bartholomew. Because that guy, he ain't doing nothing. Right? Or it had to be Judas, he gets to do the purse. He should have been, he's the lowest of the 12 of us. He should have been the one to do that. And Jesus is really shaming them all. Because he's showing them hospitality. But the part that got me today, when I was thinking about this and praying about it, was the idea of washing the ugliness of the world off of you. You see, every Sunday when we come to the table, we remember Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. It is a mini baptism all over again. So we just don't come to commemorate his body and blood. Yes, that's part of Maundy Thursday. But we also come to get the ugliness of the world washed off of us again. To be clean. Lauren, this week, she was working on prayer stations for the kids tomorrow, right? And she was talking about one of them. She said, what's that thing you say all the time? I said, holy do-over. That's it. Because she's going to talk to the kids about the reason for confession and prayer is that they get a chance to do a holy do-over. They get to wash the ugliness of the world off them. In a couple of minutes, we're going to do this ritual of foot washing. I know that most of the church doesn't like it. They don't come. Right? Look around you. Right? We have 536 members. There's 35 of us. Right? And then in other churches, the one Sonia works at, they're going to wash their hands with sanitizer. God help us. help wash the ugliness of the world off you. To remind us that God loves us. How much does he love us? He loved us so much that he wasn't just going to let it go away without giving us something tangible to remember it by. Rob and I were talking about sacraments, and I was talking about outward visible signs of inward spiritual grace. I find Christ at the Eucharist in a powerful way. I get to touch Christ. I get to taste Christ. I get to bring him inside of myself. And it's a privilege, isn't it, Lou? It's a privilege when we get to take the host and put it in your hands and say, we're all part of this wonderful community. That God loves us. He gives us holy do-overs. And he wants to wash the ugliness of the world off of us. Not so we stay clean forever, no. And so we go out and get dirty again, right? Because the world is filthy. Amen? The world is dirty. But God knew that. He knew that in Jesus Christ. Saints of God, all of you who are here, I pray that this service is a blessing to you. That it moves your heart in a way that you just is overwhelmed with the gift of Jesus Christ. With his love for us. And remind yourself that God allows holy do-overs. And I don't care if you got a pedicure or not. I know most of you did. A lot of you did. I don't care. Your feet cannot be as bad as it was in first century Jerusalem. Trust me. They walked everywhere. I just can't imagine. It must have been gnarly. But it was God's way of showing love. And it's our way to show love. Jesus Christ said he came into the world to serve, not